Hello and welcome back to another video. Today, finally, we have custom tactics and formation to talk about. Finally, a tactics that kind of work. So it's been really hard for me to kind of come up with one formation and a tactics combination that kind of works consistently well, right? So I've played like 4-2-2-2. I played 4-4-2. I played 3-4-2-1. But none of them have kind of consistent effect in the game, right? So I kind of won like a single game, then I lost two. Sometimes I would win like 2 or 3 games together, but then I was losing champions and so on. So this is kind of a formation that has been at least consistently giving me wins. I still lose like 1 or 2 games in between, but at least from the end of Division 6, I'm almost there to Division 4 now. So it's been very helpful for me. In the champions, I'm able to get around in the quals, I'm able to get like around 7 wins. I've just played one for champs till now, and that was a disaster. I just could have 9 wins, my all-time low. But that being said, let's talk about this formation. So the formation we're seeing today is 5-2-2-1, right? So before you guys start to think, oh, this is like park the bus formation, I'll tell you what. In this FIFA, at least EAFC 24, not FIFA, at current stage, you meet a lot of people that have really good teams, and a lot of them are actually decent players who kind of transition into lower divisions very soon. So you somehow need a formation and tactics which would help you, which is kind of a combination of different things that can help you out. Keeping possession, playing counter attack, but still kind of having a very compact and a strong defense. You'd still lose because you wouldn't have players that could potentially work on those positions, as the players do when they have higher stats. But it still kind of would give you a very good starting point at this time. That's my belief. At least this formation has done that for me. So this is a very interesting formation. We've used it in the past, but it pretty much works out how we expect it to, which I could not find really in other formations because, again, like I couldn't consistently win using them. And before we go to the instructions, let's look at the tactics. So I'm always keeping my defense at balance if you've seen my other videos, but here I've kept it to pressure on heavy touch. The reason being I want a little bit of aggression, but when I'm having pressure on aggressive heavy touch, I'm not putting the defense to be 70 or 75 because I do not have those kind of players who could chase back very quickly. So instead what you'd want is your players to kind of push up as soon as they see a loose ball or something, or heavy touch is being taken by the opponent, and then they do not have to always track back very fast because that is difficult for players at this level of the game. And we already know that pace is again abused in this game, right? So you have to be very careful with that. So depth is at 50 and width is very less because, again, as I told you, we are already playing 5 and we want compact defense. So the width being very less is completely okay. And although I'm saying it's 5 at the defense, one player would be up and down as it always has been with us, right? For the offense, again, fast build up and possession. If you notice the width, it's exactly 1 and it's pretty low just because I want that compactness to remain throughout the game. I want players to kind of overcrowd the midfield. 2 or 3 players kind of come together when the opponent is keeping possession and so on. And the players in the box, corners and free kicks are all at 1. I want to absolutely not, concede due to a counter attack, which you'll still do because this is the game. It is as of right now. You sometimes you're just not able to take care of those kind of goals, but that is just how EAFC is, and that is how it will be. So Alright, so for the instructions, let's start with the central striker, right? So now remember, we are playing fast build-up, so you don't have to worry about taking good positions on the attacking side, right? So do not have this guy on get in behind. Have him on false 9 because it's very important to players at this level where other players are really good, they often press you hard, and you want to find those passing options very well. But with that, you do not want to slow down your game and find it hard to attack, right? So have him on false nine. When the chance comes, they will take good positions. Now, as for the other two strikers or the attackers, you want someone who has very good pace for both of these positions, because these are the people who would be running a lot, right? So what we'll have them do is that we'll have them come back at defense, right? So when we're defending, we're kind of defending like 5-4-1 formation, where we have 5 at the back and then 4 in the center. But apart from that, everything else has to be balanced. You do not have to use stay wide or cut inside, nothing, because they will take good positions, I'm telling you. But all you want to do is to keep them close, crowd your midfield as much as you can, take the ball before it enters into your final third, and so on, right? So both of these players will be on default, except for the defensive support instruction will be come back on defense. For the central midfielders, again, that'll be something we've always done: stay back while attacking and cover center, both of them, right? As I told you, we're gonna defense in 5-4-1 formation. Now for the 3 center backs, right, have them as stay back while attacking, nothing to worry about that. The right back or the right wing back will again be stay back while attacking, but the left wing back will be on balanced attack. So this is the guy again, with possession and with this kind of formation, you might sometimes find it hard to kind of look for an option in the final third, but that is the time this guy will help you out in the front. And that's why I have Rafinha playing here, or the best kind of player to play in this position would be who could pass very well, who could kind of shoot decently, has good crossing and so on. Like players like Llorente, Valverde, these are the kind of players who would be really nice at this kind of position. But I have Rafinha. I do not have those kind of players yet, and even if I did, they were not fitting in my team. So that's what it is. So with that, we can try out a few games. I'll show you some clips where I'll show you how they defend together and how the attacking options work, and how the fast build-up along with pressure and heavy touch works. I'll also show you instances where you find that we are being vulnerable in terms of counter-attack, but I can tell you how you can deal with it to an extent, but do not expect that to always work. So with that being said, let's head into the game. One quick tip in this formation is that do not keep calling players with R1, okay? That will disrupt your formation real bad. Just remember that. That was really good game there. Almost getting the goal, right? So you see how Rafinha took that position of extra attacker. That's a good goal. And yet again, see who is it who provided that support for the cross, right? It was Rafinha again. So that player, although he'll be staying back, but would provide you with very good options time by time. So look how I did not call Rafael Leao there, right? He just came into that position to tackle by himself. That was a very good instance of how pressure on heavy touch could work against the opponent. And look how Rafinha is running right now to provide that position to us. And so now our right wing back is ahead, but we still have 4 at the back. This is something I wanted you to note. And again, we got the ball because of that pressure on heavy touch. Beautiful goal. Again, Rafinha would be there providing you support. Your right wing back would be coming up. You'd still have 4 at the back, and that extra attacking option will always be helpful. while keeping your shape and having possession. So we get the ball again. Very nice, compactness in the defense and midfield area there. So that is the thing, that those interceptions after coming, from behind is something that happens when you have this, pressure on heavy touch. He was taking that run, so I thought it was a good option. But yeah, if you do not do it at the right moment, they'd stop taking those runs. That was offside. I think he has realized that and he will continue to play. But that was amazing play right there. Oh, well, I guess he did not realize that it was offside. So if you notice, see how spread our players are right now. All over the pitch, right? So passing wise, you'd have a lot of options, and that is one of the major motive of ours for this kind of formation. I took it with the other foot, but you see how the space really opened up for us there. See, the corner works same kind of technique, right? Call the player as soon as he comes across, and there we go. Our corners technique still works. If you have my previous video for how to take corners for FIFA 23, you can still dive into that one, and that kind of technique still is pretty good. Because it's fast build-up, you gotta stay patient until your positions for the players are good, right? Look at that run from Rafinha, providing that support again. Oh, almost getting there. But you see how the players ran back pretty quick, and we did not at least concede due to a counter-attack. So Rafinha will go again, but we don't use him. That would be offside. But again, you see how we could also use that right wing back player as a bait, so the players would try to cover him while you kind of play in the center. Beautiful goal, Rafael. The space opened up really nice. Rafinha with that pass. They're off with the finish. I'm gonna try the same thing again. So he's called the keeper. Doesn't matter to us. Call up there. He comes. Now you cross. Almost scored again. Beautiful goal, Chiesa. Arwen's stick dribble is OP in EFC. I'm telling you, use Arwen's stick dribbling as much as possible. Come into the spaces, leave Arwen, press R2. Really works well. So this is a situation, when your defense is suddenly pushed up and you do not see the options, you got to go back. Always remember that you got to go back at that time, because if you pass, you will lose the ball and they'll attack you on the counter attack. Very unlucky there. Look at Rafinha go. Beautiful goal. This time, forget it. Again, you see how effective that run is from the behind. Because that extra option is very much needed, both in the defense and in the attack, and that's what this formation provides you with. So right now, Alaba was up front, right? So you see Rafinha did not provide you that support. That's what happens if you do balanced attack, but if you had done join the attack, he would have still gone forward. Look at that ball again. Good goal. Chaotic in the end, but goal is goal. So we do get that. That was a very good instance of blocking the passes. Oh, how could he not score that? Almost punished him for his audacity. So nicely won the back, overcrowding midfield, another instance for that. Quick passing, possession. That's a very good goal. Again, look at him. So Rafael Leao went in the wing and Rafinha kind of moved in between, right? Because he's providing you that attacking support. So okay, so those are again those situations where you need to pass or go back. Okay, do not try to find right pass or right space. You're gonna lose it. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today with all those clips and all those goals and defensive kind of tips as well in between, right? So those tips, basically, I'm iterating again. Do not click R1 very often to call your players. It really screws up in EFC like a lot more than FIFA 23. Your players are literally everywhere and you will concede goals. Only use R1 very rare at very rare times when you really when your second player is really close to the opponent, then you could use it. Otherwise, just don't. The other things are, always try to stay compact. Try to bring your players together so that they're often able to, get the ball. Use the right wing back player very efficiently. He would be there for support in the defense as well as in the attack. Use him as a bait, use him as a key player too. You could also kind of switch him in between with some other player or substitute him if you feel the stamina is less for that kind of role in the game. But hopefully, as you could see, like I'm reaching close to Division 4, from where on things will get even tougher. But this formation so far has provided me consistent wins over time. So with that, we're gonna end this, and hopefully you like this. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit, if not entirely. Even if it kind of helps you go down 1 or 2 divisions, that's really worth it, because then you could have better teams and this formation itself could work better, or we could till then come up with a new formation tactics too. So hopefully it helps you out, and as usual, if it does, please like, share and subscribe. I'm really thankful for all the love you've provided so far and looking forward to it for the future too. So that's about it. Goodbye, cheers, and see you again later.